Welcome to the broadcast of the night semifinals game, Division 3 semifinals game between Redford and Gabriel Richards. I'm Grayson Guernsey, and I'm joined here by
Thomas Maloney.
It's tonight. Both these teams are pretty good. Detroit Old Redford's 20-7, and then there's Riverview Gabriel is 23-3, ranked number 5 for number 18 respectively. But there's going to be a jump off right now. Jumping off for the both teams, number 21, Shaquille Stin, and then it's going to get the ball down the field. Number 3, Luke Westall was going to be driven down the field. Driven down the court. Gives it to number 5, Charles Cade. Gives it back, gives it to Nick Sabush. Dribbles out, passes out to number 11, Drew Evening. Gives number 12, trying to set up the offense. Gives it to number 3, Luke Walston. Gives it to number 13, or number 12, Derek Lewis, and then back to Walston. Tries driving in, gets it closed up, gets the ball to number 11, trying to look for a pass option, but then it's going to get knocked out of his hands, and then it's going to be a foul. It's going to be Detroit Old Redford's ball.
No foul, Grayson. Just off his head is what he was doing. And it's going to be, like you said, Redford ball. So far, pretty slow one, but these two teams looking out to come out of the gate pretty quick.
Arkrell Boyd dribbling down the court, trying to motion some offense. Trying to set it up, taking his bit of his time. Passes out to number 23, Devin Brown. Devin Brown gives it to number 13. He goes up, that's good for 2, and that's going to be number 11. No, number 12, Justin Austin. Number 3, Luke Wallstall, dribbling down the court, gets a screen. Pro passing it to Nick. Nick tries driving in, but gets good defense on him. Gives it down low to number 5, Charles Cage. Cage dribbles around, passes it out to number 3. He shoots, or number 11. No good. Rebounded by number 1, Jalen Woldrone. And he's a sophomore at varsity, so he's pretty good by what I've seen.
Yeah, right now they're just trying to set up the offense, just kind of running some things, and their coach is telling them, just working through and just trying to get the perfect shot.
Trying to set up the offense, gives it to number 23, Devin Brown. Brown shoots, no good, and it's going to be dribbled out of bounds on the offense. It's going to be, I think, Detroit Old Redford's ball.
Somewhat press right here now. Just going to pressure the ball handler, try and force him to speed up, but he's going to pull up 3.
Nick Sabachi does a pull up 3, no good. Rebounded by number 1 on Detroit, Jalen Muldrow. He shoots, that is good for 2. That's going to be good for 2, and Detroit's going to be scoring a little bit more and pushing their lead up ahead a little more. Number 3 dribbles down the court, gives it to number 1. He drives in, missed dribbles before it is eventually tried to get recovered by a player of Redford's, but it's going to be out of bounds on them, meaning it's going to be Riverview Gabriel's ball.
Now, from what I've seen, these two teams can go pretty fast from when they want to, but right now they're just kind of running a little slow.
3 dribbling it down the court. And then several Riverview players just kind of go flying.
And now number 5, he is going to shoot for the Pioneers.
Number 5, Charles Cage. Now, what have we seen so far in the season that both these teams are accomplished? I mean, Detroit Old Redford, their best win was over 45 over 44 over Flint Bleacher in the quarterfinals, and then they beat the number 6 ranked team in Division II, Willamette Summit Academy North, and then they beat the 24th best team in Division II, Detroit University Prep. So these guys have beaten teams that are like 2 divisions above them, and so they're like ready to go against steep competition. 21. Justin Austin with the ball. Gives it to number 3, Akron Boyd, before giving it to Muldrow. Muldrow gives it down low to 23, Devin Brown. Brown goes up, no good. Rebounded by number 1, Nick Sabosh. He drives in, does a good Euro step, but then gets a little bit blocked. Number 1, Jalen Muldrow, driving down the court, goes up for a shot, does a down low pass to number 3, and that's going to be no good before it gets rebounded by number 5, Charles Kaig. Passes out the corner 3, Jalen Muldrow, no good. Rebounded by number 11, Drew Evangrain. He goes up, no good. Just a hectic amount of events happening right there. And that's going to be, I believe, 2 shots for him. 2 shots for number 1, Nick Bush.
These two teams looking pretty physical as well, so we'll see how this one plays out. But I believe that it's going to be Old Redford with the height advantage from what it looks like. I mean, they got some pretty tall dudes compared to Riverview's, but we'll see how that plays into effect because right now it's only a 1-point game.
Some of the other notable things that have happened. I mean, players to watch in Detroit Old Redford's is Akrel Boyd. He's averaged 6'3" junior, and then Kason Myers, 6'3" junior, and then we were not able to get their statistics of points this season, but I've seen a little bit of film on these guys. They're pretty good ballers. Number 2 with the ball, drives in, goes up, no good. That was Eli Bent, or Kason Myers. Number 11 with the ball, gives it down low to number 12, Derek Laus, before giving it to number 1, Nick Sub. Shoots no good, rebounded by number 11. He goes up, Drew Evening, and then that's going to be, I think he's going to be shooting 2 after that.
Yeah, that was an AM1 finish right there, and he's going to try and make it a 3-point play.
Now, one thing I have known from seeing for both these teams is that they got a lot of height. Both these teams got a lot of height, but they don't really have that much weight, as I've seen. I mean, height's a good thing, so they're all kind of like shifty and able just to run back and forth, go around, and they're just a bunch of shifty players. I'm going to read off some of the other statistics, but Detroit Old Redford, again, they're ranked number 18, and this is the first trip to the semifinals ever, Detroit Old Redford, and clinched it for the first trip to the semifinals by ending regional champion Beecher's repeat aspirations Tuesday. I mean, they built a steady team the last 3 seasons from 10 to 16 to 22 wins over the past 3 seasons. This winter, they've won 12 straight games and eventually lost to University Prep and Summit along the way. 3 more defeats came to teams playing this week at Orchard Lake St. Mary and Ann Arbor and Huron and Lincoln. So these guys have played some pretty good teams, and they've only lost to really, really good teams. Second shot is no good before it's rebounded by number 21. Jaquin Steen gives it to number 3, Akrel Boyd. Number 2, Kason Mays with the ball. Gives it to number 21, Jaquan Steens, before I think he's going to get fouled. Or no, they're going to call a foul. And it's going to be travel, and it's going to be Riverview Gabriel Richardson's ball.
And he tried to just drive in, but the defender was just standing there like a brick wall, just didn't let him do anything.
Full court press immediately. Dribbles down to the middle. Gives it to number 12, Derek Let's go. Then now number 5, Charles Cage with the ball. Gives it back to number 3, Luke Westall. Luke gets a screen, tries driving down the middle, goes up, does an outside pass to number 12, Derek Lesko. The number 1, Nick Cerminaci, is going to go up. He's going to get blocked. And number 21, Jaquan Steen's going to go down the court. And he's going to get fouled, I think, as he was trying to get the shot off. And he's going to be shooting too.
His first shot is no good. And right now, Old Redford's down by 2, so they're going to make a little adjustment. And they put in a sub checking in, number 0, Edward Johnson. And we'll see what they do. And right here, number 21, Jaquan Stennis wants to hit this free throw.
Jaquan Stennis unable to nail it, but then is rebounded by number 2, Kason Mays. Before then, it's just a look around, and then finally Luke Westall is able to get it, passes it deep to number 11, Drew Evening, then gives it down low to number 5, Charles, before it's stolen by Jalen. Jalen Muldrow drives down the court, gives it to number 20, gives it to number 1, or that's going to be number 2, Kason Mays, and he's able to go up for a nice, easy 2 points.
And they just did a really nice job of passing the ball back and forth, and eventually they just found a really nice little backdoor pass, and it was right there.
Luke Westall passes out to number 3. He shoots, and that's good for 3 points. Derek Lesko.
So it's been a pretty much back and forth as Riverview's just been. If Old Redford scores, then they just decide, okay, we're gonna come back in the lead, and then they just scored, and that's basically what it's been so far.
Kason Mays trying to set up the offense, gives it to number 21, Jaquan Steen. We're giving it number 3, Ekrel Boyd. Boyd gives it to, I think that was Boyd. Number 1, Nick Sabochi shoots, no good. Rebounded by number 3, Ekrel Boyd. For giving it number 1, Nick Sabochi shoots, no good. Rebounded by, I think that's going to be out of bounds on Detroit, Old Redford.
It's going to be Old Redford ball, yeah. And they're also going to get in a sub. He's going to come in for number 21, Jaquan Stennis, and checking in number 23, Devin Brown.
Number 3, Luke Westall, dribbling it down the court. I mean, not down the court, he's just sending it up. Edward Johnson gives it to number 3, Eklund Boyd. To 2, Kason Mays. Mays trying to do a shake and bake, shoots, good for 2.
Yeah, nice hezzy right there, getting it to go with a nice J.
Number 3, Westall dribbling down the court, and there's going to be a timeout. Or
not a foul.
There's going to be a foul.
A push, I believe. And it's going to be Old Redford ball.
They're making some decisions right now, trying to set up some offense.
And now they're going to start the clock back up as it's Old Redford ball with 1:30 to go.
Kason Mays dribbling down the court, gives it to 3. Eklund Boyd, number 2, Kason Mays, shoot, Mays! Just bangs out the 3, and so far he's scored a total of, I think that's 6 points in this game.
Very nice shot selection as well, as his defender was way past him and no one else just stepped up, so he just decided to take it himself.
Nick tries dribbling the ball around. Nick drives in, trying to find an opening. Does a spin move, goes up an alley-oop down to number 5, Charles Cage, and that's going to be good for 2.
Very nice move and then pass. That's exactly the right thing, and his coach definitely liked that.
Kason Mays dribbling it down the court.
Set up some offense.
Drives in, does a step-back shot. That is no good before it's eventually, I think that's going to be out of bounds on.
Out of bounds on Old Redford, Riverview ball.
Riverview ball.
So Grayson, currently it's a tied game, and What have you seen so far? That's pretty intriguing.
I mean, I've seen that Redford is just preventing Gabriel Richards from just driving down the court. I mean, they're pressing him to the right, to the left side, and they're just not allowing any spots to be open for them to be able to take advantage of that three-point shot. Down gives it number 1, Nick Sobrush. He does another spin move, goes up with a shot, and that is just a great shot right there by Bush.
That's a very good finish.
Numbers are Edward Johnson dribbling down the court, trying to step an offense, or he might dribble the clock, may dribble the ball out to end the first quarter. Gives it number 3. Number 2 drives in, does a Euro step, goes up, and that is going to be no good. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll see you after the quick break.
We're here now in the second quarter. Score 11-13. Riverview up by 2, and we're going right out of the gate. Number 2, Kason Mays has it. Gets it over to number 3, Arco Boyd for 3, and that's good.
Right there, he was just able to get that three-point shot, get an opening, and put it off.
They're moving quick. Number 12, Lesko. Down low to number 5, Cage. Back out to number 3, Westerdale. Westerdale making some moves on his defender. Gets it over to Sobush. Sobush down low to Cage. Cage making some moves in the paint. Gets blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And he's going to shoot 2.
I mean, right there, Cage was just doing a good job. He got low, started dribbling the ball around, and as he went up, I think that was number 21 on the defense. No, that was number 5, Charles Cage right there. I don't know what I'm saying, but he just went up, got defended, close defender, so he got that foul. Now he's going to be able to shoot 2.
He does hit his first, and that's going to make it back to a tie game. And he wants to hit the second one now. No good on the second shot. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay as Riverview ball.
Now, as I was saying, is that both these teams, they don't really have that much weight included with height. So it's kind of going to be a back and forth battle because no one has another guy that's superior in weight. And off the fast break,
Westerdale with the easy layup as there was just a no-good 3-ball, and then they just kind of chucked it to him.
Yeah, he was able to get the rebound. See his teammate doing the fast break and able to put it down the court.
Old Redford's up. Riverview with the ball. Westerdale has it. Drives in. Pump fakes, and that's good for 2 on the step-through finish.
Boyd just did a good job, too, right there of when he was getting down the court. Swung the ball around and then just kind of lifted it up with his left hand a little bit, try to get some easy points.
Old Redford ball. Jaquan goes up. No good. Going to get a jump ball off the rebound, and it's going to be Riverview ball.
One thing I can see immediately is that both these teams have guys that can handle the ball and know how to do moves in the paint. I mean, I've seen several times they've done spin moves, they've done step backs, they've done like Euro steps. These guys know how to operate around the paint area and around the outside.
Westerdale over to Cage. Cage at the top of the key, tough D. Passes over to Sobush. Sobush, tough finish is no good. Rebounded by Old Redford. Number 1, Jalen Madro, no good. Rebounded by Riverview. Westerdale kicks it over to his teammate. They try to pass it to another teammate, but it ends up in Cage's hands. Now number 1, Nick Sobush has it, and they're going to run an offense.
Right there was just a back and forth, back and forth. I mean, both these teams like to drive in to score points. I haven't seen them hit that many threes yet.
Cage going to kick it out to his teammate, but it's going to stay as Riverview ball. It was tipped out of bounds. Number 3, Luke Westerdale has it. He's going to run some offense. Gets a screen. Back door to Cage. Cage tries floater finish. Gets his own rebound. Tries to go up. Gets fouled on the arm. He's going to shoot 2, I believe.
Right there, number 5. Cage, I mean, he was going up for it. I thought he was about to slam it down like Shaquille O'Neal, but I think he had a little bit, didn't put that much power into it. Or he was trying to finger roll it and missed it by a little bit. But still, good job by him able to get the rebound coming down and go up and try to get that foul drawn so we could shoot 2 shots.
His first shot is no good.
And just like I was saying, too, both these teams look like they don't really rely on that far deep shot. They like to drive in and score points the old-fashioned way, as I like to say it. And it's just showing, I mean, they're smart, doing smart passes, good sneaky ones. I mean, they'll drive into the basket, then do like an underhand, backwards pass to their teammate right behind them.
Second shot is good, and that's going to give them the lead back. And one thing I'd like to point out is Riverview is doing a pretty good job of spreading the points. I mean, everybody scored that's in except for number 15 who just checked in. So
yeah, they're a very unselfish type of team.
Redford got it. Trying to just set up the ball. Kick is over to the corner for 3. No good. Riverview with the rebound.
Riverview has a dude that's like 6'8" on their team, Charles Kagan, and that comes in handy when you're trying to get rebounds as well, because then he doesn't really have to reach up that far, and he can just rip them right out of the air. But one problem I do see is that this team could jump, and then, I mean, it's got a bit harder because as he's going up for the rebound, he has a small dude that could jump 15 feet up and just tries to steal it from him.
Westerdale in the corner. Back down low. They kick it out to number 15, over to number 1. Back to Sobush. Over to Sobush. There's 2 Sobushes, number 15. And right there, number 3, Luke Westerdale is going to get fouled.
I do want to point out that both these teams are pretty young. I mean, Detroit or Redford, I mean, their starters are sophomore, or junior, a senior, sophomore, and freshman. So they got a very, very young team on their hands. And for them to make it this far for the first time in school history, it's pretty impressive. And shows a lot of good things to come.
Yes. Riverview's got it. Westerdale kicks it over. They're going to say Sobush steps out of bounds, and it's going to be Redford ball.
And, I mean, like you said, both these teams, I mean, I think it was Riverdale or Riverview. They like to spread out their offense, try to get openings, find stuff. And, I mean, they like to drive in, too, because they're a very, hard hard-nosed basketball team, if that's even a thing. There's going to be a foul. I think they're going to be shooting, or there's going to be a shove.
It's going to stay Redford ball, so it had to have been on Riverview. Someone must have shoved someone. I couldn't see it because I was looking at someone else at the ball, but it's going to be Redford ball still. They're going to pass it in. Number 2 goes up. No good. Rebounded by Riverview. Westerdale kicks it out. Number 11, Everingham, no good.
Again, rebounding right there. Both these teams can jump, and they like rebounding.
Redford's got it. Mays kicks it out for a 3. No good on the shot. Number 1, Muldrow with the rebound. They kick it. He kicks it out. Pull up J by number 12. That was Justin Austin for 2.
One thing I see from Detroit or Redford is they like to do pull-up jumpers. They will stop at like the sides. They haven't shot that many threes, but they like to do pull-up jumpers, and they're really, really good at them.
Westerdale's blocked. It's going to go off Redford's foot, though, and it's going to stay Riverview ball.
And I mean, right there, just the block, and then the tip that out bounce by number 23, Devin Brown. So a little bit of a mistake, but it's not that bad. They're only down by 1 point right now. Nope, they're winning by 1 point. No, now they're down by 1 point. So they just got to take it slowly. It's about the end of the first half.
Yeah, and really, that was a pretty good play right there. I mean, they gave it to the big. They just said, let's just pass it in air to number 5, Charles Cage, and then let him do his thing, and basically an alley-oop. Boyd over to number 2, Mays. Mays drives in. Tough finish, no good. They're going to get the rebound. He actually gets his own rebound, then no good on the second shot either, and Riverview gets this rebound.
Keep on getting those rebounds, and they kept on going up, and then lost the ball.
They're going to call a foul as he stole it. It's going to stay as Riverview ball. Or wait. Never mind. Riverview fouled Mays, and so it's going to be Redford ball.
Trying to set up an offense, I see. Because, again, both these teams have a very spread-out type of offense. So they got to take their time to be able to set it up.
It's kind of just like a 4-out kind of offense. Muldrow drives in, loses the ball. Riverview gets it. Number 12, Derek Lesko. Then they're going to call a foul. Not sure who it was on. Number 5, Charles Cage. I think he tried to smack the ball away, and he must have hit someone's arm. It's going to stay Redford ball.
And, I mean, right there, they kept on getting the rebounds, and the ball kind of just did a whole, 2 loop arounds that entire rim before it decided that it didn't want to go in. So there seems a little bit of a discussion with the coach.
Mays is going to get it. Takes a jab step, does a little finish, and this one bounces in for 2.
As I said, Detroit rolled Redford is just very, very good at making post moves. They pull out the spin moves, the step backs, or anything like that. They're just good at driving into the post.
Westerdale has it back door to Cage. Cage is blocked.
Cage is blocked by number 2.
Redford's got it. Number 12, Justin Austin. Over to Mays. Mays, kind of the leader of this offense right now. She's been conducting, kicks it out. That's number 3 for 3, Arkell Boyd. That one's good.
They're able to splash that 3 in, and now it's going to make this a tied game now. And there's a little bit of pressure on Riverview.
Charles Cage has it. Gets it over to Nick Sobush. Sobush tries to drive in. They're going to say he was fouled. And it's going to stay Riverview ball.
And
Westerdale over to Lesko, over to Sobush. Sobush drives in, tries to get the finish, no good. Charles Cage passes out off the rebound, no good on that shot. Redford with the rebound. Number 3, Arkell Boyd has it. Boyd over to Mays.
Mays trying to set up an offense right here, trying to get this a little bit more spread out.
Mays, sidestep jumper, no good. Rebounded by Riverview. 46 seconds to go in the first half.
As I've been seeing, they like doing the step-back threes, the step-back shots. And some of them they work, some of them times they don't, but they've been really, really effective at them so far in this game.
Number 1, Nick Sobush, pull-up 3. Splash. That one's good. Extending the lead. It looks like Casey Mays has it, and I think he might just try and get a last-second shot right here, as there's no shot clock in Michigan.
Probably. They're just going to try to get it off or drain enough clock to the point where they can just try to get off a last-second shot.
Kicks it out. Number 3 is stolen. That's going to be Westerdale. He goes up. His was tipped in, I believe. Number 1 has it. The shot was off, but I don't think, but the shot was no good, but the buzzer rang before the shot, and that's going to do it for the first half. Riverview 26, Old Redford 21, and we'll see you in the second half. And we're here now in the second half of basketball action. Currently the score is 24-23 and Riverview is up 1. It's going to be Old Redford ball, and number 1, Jalen Muldrow, has it. He's going to get it over to number 21, Jaquan Stennis. He's going to kick it out to number 1, Jalen Muldrow, for 3, and that's good.
Jalen just did a good job of just once getting that form down, shooting them shots, and just being able to make them in.
Westerdale has it now.
I've seen immediate energy change from Detroit. I mean, they're very energetic now and just running right after that ball.
Number 1, Soba shot, no good. Old Redford ball. Number 3, Boyd gets it over to number 21, Jaquan Stennis. Stennis kicks it out to number 3, Boyd. They're just kind of running through some offense, just trying to find the right shot. But he's going to pull up 3. No good. Riverview gets the rebound. Westerdale has it now. Westerdale, he's going to pull up 3. That's no good as well. Redford gets the ball. They're going to get fouled on the rebound, and it's going to stay Redford ball out of bounds.
One thing I just found out, that both these teams, or 4 teams in the semifinals, have never been to the state championship before, including these 2 teams. So everybody here is kind of a rookie when it comes to this aspect of the playoffs.
Which is weird because I feel like there's not that many people here, though, Grayson.
No, there's not that many people here, like, at all. But, I mean, the fans that did turn out are screaming as loud as they can.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. Redford right now just trying to find some offense, or calling an ISO maybe. I'm not sure.
They're just trying to set it up, or just taking their time to kind of dribble it out.
Pull up J, that's good right there by Arkell Boyd.
Like we've seen all night, is that they're good at jumper shots. They're good at pull-up jumper shots around the free throw type range. So from any aspect of the court, if it's in free throw range, they're good at shooting those types of shots.
Westerdale's shot is no good, and Redford gets the rebound. 21, Jaquan Stennis has it. Drives in, puts up a shot, no good. They're going to get the rebound. But then the putback is no good in the air. Couldn't tell who it was. And it's Riverview ball. Number 1, Sobush drives in, kicks it out. Pump fake. Number 11 drives in, no good. That was Everingham. Redford ball. Stennis has it.
Stennis is also a 6'8" point guard.
Yeah, he's
playing like Victor Wembanyama out there, basically, in my opinion.
He's playing chess, Grayson.
And I think now what they're trying to do is they're trying to force a defender to come up so that they can open up the offensive play, which is very, very smart of them.
Number 1 has it, Muldrow. Back to Stennis. Stennis kicks it back out to number 1, Muldrow for 3. In and out, no good, but they fight for a rebound. And number 23, Devin Brown, gets the putback to go.
What I'm seeing is that the Old Redford just opens up the space. I mean, they had their point guard up basically by the logo, and then they just waited until the defense opened up to a point where they can establish a type of offensive play. I mean, they forced the one defender to go up, and then they forced another one to go up to kind of put pressure on him to move, which leaves another guy wide open in the corner for a possible 3, which they just did that because he drove in, took pressure away from the outside into the inside. He's flipped it out to the far sideline of the court for 3, and I mean, right there, that's just a very effective play. I mean, he didn't make the basket, but still, that's great play setup.
Yeah, well,
design.
Well, that happened once they drew up Charles Cage, who is 6'8" as well, and then that leaves the whole interior wide open for someone to drive in, and then they get the height advantage, or just the height even, kind of, and so they don't have to, like, kind of throw up a tougher shot, and it just allowing them to get some of these points right here, and that's why they're in the lead now with a 6-point lead.
And, I mean, both these teams, too, have gone through a very, very aggressive playoff opponents. Detroit Old Redford beat Clawson, Detroit Loyal, and Flint Bleacher, a team that has experience at the Breslin Center. So basically beat them on their own home court and was able to get here for the first time in school history. And I mean, both these schools are accomplished with young talent, young coaches actually, and so it's just good signs to come.
Looks like a press, but it is going to be Riverview ball. Westerdale has it. Luke going up the court slow. He's going to get it over to Cage. Cage to Sobush. Sobush gets a screen. Kicks it over. Down low to Cage. Cage gets fouled. Gets the AM1 to go. He's going to try and make it a three-point play.
I mean, Cage using his height right there, using his height to his advantage, and being able just to, like, as you can see, just kind of plop it off the backboard. It's able to go in and do a little bit of flex on them. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you get a 6'8" guy. You can just he just has an entire like foot over everybody else.
Shot is good.
And with being that tall, you also got to be good at free throws because you're going to get smacked by what I like to call little gremlins down there when you get that rebound.
Number 3, Arkell Boyd leading the offense for Redford. Back to Boyd. Boyd kicks it out to number 12, Austin. Back over to Boyd. Over to Muldrow. They're moving quick. Ball ends up going out of bounds off of Redford. It's going to be Riverview ball.
I mean, Brown right down there just made a bit of a mistake. He is a freshman starting on varsity, so he is pretty accomplished in that aspect. But, I mean, in this game, you can't really make those mistakes that much. But luckily, I think Old Redford is in the lead by at least, like, 5 points or 4. So it's a little bit, so you can let go of that a little bit.
I think there was a pushing foul on Riverview as they were just taking the ball up, so it's going to be Redford ball once again. So Redford might be just talking some smack too and just getting in the heads, causing some fouls. They have it though, nonetheless. Number 1 kicks it over to number 21, Stennis, but they're going to call a travel as he took a hop and then another step. And now it's going to be Riverview ball once again. So kind of a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, a lot of very missed opportunity a little bit.
Westerdale has it. Gets a screen. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Sobush. Sobush drives in. Kicks it out. Number 12, Austin, over to number 11. My bad, Everingham. Back to Westerdale for 3. No good. Redford ball off the rebound. Boyd has it.
Boyd just trying to find some open in the defense. The Redford switched to a zone type defense, it looked like.
Boyd's shot no good. It's going to be Riverview ball, 3-on-2, fast break. Westerdale.
They weren't able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they got stopped real quick. But Westerdale making some moves. They're moving fast. Sobush has it. Back to Westerdale, and now they're going to set up a play. Cage has it. Over to Sobush. Sobush drives in. Big block right there by Stennis. Stennis gets it off the pass. No good. Riverview gets it. Sobush going quick. Euro step. No good on the finish. They're going to call a foul, and it's going to be Redford ball.
One thing that these two teams are doing is that they are going fast as possible. I mean, you see number 1, Nick Sobush just driving down. Like, there is an injury on the court, though. But as I was saying, a big block by Stenson would mattered a lot. And, I mean, they drove down the court with that one. And so, yeah. I think the situation is fine now.
I'm pretty sure he has to get checked out, even if he's okay, though.
Yeah.
Just because they stopped the clock. So I think they're going to sub in number 2, Kason Mays, here for him. but there's actually going to be a timeout before we see anything. 2:02 to go in the third. Old Redford up by 3. The score 30-27. We'll see you after this short break.
Back for the second half of action, while the rest of it.
Old Redford ball. Leading the way, number 21, Jaquan Stennis. Over to number 3, Boyd. Back to Stennis, back to Boyd. Boyd for 3. Short. Rebounded by Riverview. Cage on the floor. Jump ball. A little bit of communication. It's getting physical down there.
Yeah, a little. They're getting very, very physical. I see Detroit Redford's not afraid to poke at that ball after the rebound. So yeah, they're playing very, very physical.
There's also just being some commotion between the teams. I mean, I saw number 11 a little bit. He was kind of, I don't really know what he was doing. He was just kind of doing some. He was kind of like pushing a guy. He's being feisty with an old Redford player. But it's going to be Riverview ball. Westerdale over to Sobush. Over to Everingham. Back to Westerdale. Antonio Sobush for 3. No good. Redford with the rebound. Stennis has it. Over to number 3. He's going to lay it in. That was Arkel Boyd. Minute 15 to go.
I mean, good transition period right there. Being able to see that wide open Boyd down in the post and just pass it down low to him and be able to get that easy layup.
Westerdale for 3. No good. They get the rebound. Foul on the ground.
He fell down a little bit. That looked like it might have hurt a bit, but I think he's fine at the end of the day.
I'm not sure who the foul was on, but it was going to be on Old Redford. They're going to sub in number 12, Justin Austin. Cage gets it fouled on the ground, no basket. And I believe he's going, no, he's not going to shoot 2. It was on the ground. So it's going to be Riverview ball once again out of bounds. Corner, number 1, Sobush, just puts in a nice little drive finish and then gets it to go for 2.
And there's going to be 54 seconds left on the clock. Again, Redford's trying to zone, like doing a type of zone defense and just trying to keep their defense spread out.
Number 2, Kason Mays just takes it all the way himself.
Waiting for that opportunity to just get a wide open lane. He drived in there and just kind of just set it off lifted it off the backboard. Really good basket right there.
Number 1, Sobush. Kicks it out to number 11, Everingham for 3. No good. Old Redford gets it. Nice rebound. Mays has it. He's going to drive in again. Try to reverse. on the foul on the ground once again.
He looked like he kind of wanted just to slam it down, but last second he moved it over. So, yeah.
Mays gets it from the inbound. Mays making some moves. Loses the ball midair. And that's going to be the end of the third. Score right now, Old Redford 34, Riverview, Gabriel Richard 29. We'll see you in the fourth quarter. Well, this is it. This is the fourth quarter of the semifinal game between Old Redford and Riverview Gabriel Richard.
And the winner of this game will go on to play Niles Brandywood in the state championship. So, yeah, a lot of pressure on the line right now.
It's a close game, only 5-point deficit. Riverview is down. It's Redford ball. Number 3, not Westerdale, Boyd, over to Mays, over to Muldrow, back to Mays, over to Boyd, back to Mays, over to Boyd, over to number 12, Austin, stolen by number 1. That's Nick Sobush, and it's blocked. Old Redford ball. Number 1 passes over to number 23, Devin Brown. He did not expect that pass as it goes off his hands, and it's going to be Riverview ball.
A bit of miscommunication and a misanticipation, really, by Devin, by Devin. So he wasn't able to pull that one in, but, I mean, they're up by a little bit right now, so that doesn't matter that much.
Westerdale over to Cage, over to number 11, Everingham, but his shot was no good. Redford ball. Looks like they're kind of melting clock, Grayson.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're trying to drain as much clock as possible, try to prevent Riverview from being able to come back from that. So they're just doing as much as they possibly can to just drain out that clock.
Riverview does get a steal, and now Westerdale has it. Down low to Cage. Cage, spin move, finish for 2. That's good.
And I mean, right there now, it's a 3-point game. It just like that, it can go from a blowout to a close game.
Mays has it. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the game. Number 3, Boyd. Back to Mays. Mays over to number 12, Justin Austin. In the corner, number 1, Muldrow for 3. No good. Mays gets the rebound. Underhand finish. That's good for 2.
Good finish right there
by number 2, Kason Mays. He's got 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, so he's playing pretty good so far today.
I mean, so far both. I mean, Old Redford has had 2 guys that have scored double-digit points. That's number 2, Arkel Boyd, and number 2, Kason Mays, and then number 3, Arkel Boyd. Both of them are very, very good ballers and have good ball handling, able to drive in there and shoot as well. Because, I mean, Detroit, Old Redford's offense really just is spread out, and they just trying to get that 3 ball, but they can also show that they can drive in if they have to.
So with 5 minutes, 55 seconds, Grayson, the Riverview Gabriel Richard is down by 5. So what would the game plan be for you?
Game plan, try to hit some threes, get a closer game if possible. See wide open lanes, drive in there, try to get them too. Because what I see is Detroit Old Redford, they got some type of spread out defense. They're trying to put as much pressure on the guy that has the ball. But I mean, one thing I would do is I'd just wait at the top, give some openings, drive in a little bit, close up the pressure, and get some guys over towards the box, as I like to call it. And then there's going to be some dude wide open at the 3 that could pop that. So just basically try to spread out the offense to get that 3 ball.
Redford is in a zone press, kind of. Not really, though. It's going to turn into like just a man. They're just kind of flashing it. But Westerdale kicks it out. Number 11, he's going to get it over to number 1, Nick Sobush. Sobush goes up. Gets fouled, he's going to shoot 2.
He was able to draw the foul, and he's going to be shooting 2 from that. I mean, one thing they're good at, like I said, driving in and just trying to get those foul shots, because right now they really, really need them right now.
And Detroit Old Redford almost in shock with that one. I feel like I think they're thinking some things, but you never want to disagree with the ref, because he's the one making the call, and he has the best view.
Yes, never disagree with the ref and stuff like that, because again, they're people too. They're trying to do their jobs, and luckily here we got some of the best in the entire state. I think some best in the entire country refereeing these games.
Yeah, I mean, these guys could probably even do college
if they wanted to.
Yes. And if you want to sign up to be a ref, also at MHSAA.com, somewhere you can sign up to become one.
If you want to be ready for next season, because right now you can't really sign up that much and go try out for your local team because we're in the playoffs.
But there is a shortage in referees and officials, so.
Yeah, so statewide. So if you were to care to help your community grow and play some of their favorite sports, go to MHSAA.com and sign up to become a ref. But back to this one game, Thomas, what is your analysis so far on both these teams? Well, defensively,
Old Redford is playing pretty good, but Riverview has gotten some nice shots to get in the bucket. I mean, what they're really doing, both these teams actually, they're usually either just driving in and then trying to put up a layup, or they're just going to drive in and dish it out, and that's what both of these teams have done. I feel like they haven't really been running offenses more so, but they're just kind of like running some, a little like 4 out kind of, where they just kind of drive in and dish out, or they just do their own little thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be Old Redford ball. They're up by 4. One-man press. Looks like Riverview is in a zone. Number 2, Kason Mays has it.
Not really putting that much pressure on the ball coming up court.
Number 3 goes up, gets blocked, but they are going to get it back for Old Redford. Mays over to Muldrow for 3. No good. Cage gets it. Now gets it over to Westerdale. Westerdale over to number 1, Nick Sobush. Sobush takes it in on his own, gets blocked. Saved by Riverview. Cage has it. Over to number 3, Westerdale. Westerdale drives in, passes over, stolen. Number 1, Jalen Muldrow has it. Muldrow goes up, gets fouled hard, and he's going to shoot 2. So nearing the crunch time, these fouls are going to start to become pretty crucial, Grayson.
Yeah, and they're going to probably be calling a lot more of them because teams, if you're out of timeouts, the only way you can stop the clock is with the foul.
If you don't have the ball.
Yes. And I mean, they're both trying to get that foul shot as well, trying to get on that line to be able to put up some shots.
Muldrow's first shot is good, extending the lead to 5. It's a 2-possession game. If he makes this, it takes 2 threes to tie for Riverview. Shot no good, but they get the rebound, then blocked. It's going to stay Old Redford ball. This one looking like it could come down to the wire, Grayson.
It is going to come down to the wire. And, I mean, 4 minutes left. They're down by, like, 4. Shots up, no good. So there's got to be a lot of, like, pressure right now. And I think a little bit, a little bit of very physical basketball. And some guys are just bad-blooded a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, just a little bit commotion.
Just a little bit of commotion.
But it is going to be Riverview ball. Number 3, Luke Westerdale. 4:25 to go. Westerdale gets it. Cage down low for 2, and that's good.
They give it to good old Cage down low for him just to reach up there and score some points, and now their deficit is down by like 2. 3. So now they just got to start playing aggressive defense, which I haven't been seeing them play that all night. But I think they're going to just do a quick transition, try to get that ball back.
Mays has it. Going to kick it out to number 21, Jaquan Stennis. Stennis drives in. They're going to call a big charge foul.
And that could be really –
That's a huge foul right there, actually.
A very, very big foul. Now Riverview gets a chance to score some points. If they hit a 3, if they hit a 3, then they're going to have a chance to tie the game. So, yeah.
I believe that was, Jaquan Stennis also just fouled out. So that could be a key thing as well. Westerdale has it, 3:45. They're down 3, so it's a 1-possession game. They're just setting some things up. Sobush over to Westerdale. Westerdale looking, makes a move, drives in. Tough finish, and that's good for 2.
Literally shoots the lights out right when he went in there. He got the lights turned out a little bit. But, I mean, right there, just a good job by the young player. Number 3, Luke Westall. I mean, went up there, was falling backwards, and was able to put up a shot off the backboard to make the lead by 1, or make their Detroit Old Redford's lead by 1. So good shot right there. And one thing I would think Riverview would try to start doing now is play a lot more of aggressive defense. I see that they're letting them get off the inbound play or inbound pass really from the other side of the court and just let them mosey on down the court. What I would do is I would immediately put a full court press try to get that ball back, put pressure on them to try to prevent them from passing it down court or not even having a second to breathe. Because when these teams get a second to breathe, they're able to take advantage of the opportunities that they see and basically get a whole entire read on the other team's defense. So if I was their coach, that's what I would be doing.
Very descriptive, Grayson. But I would definitely agree with all that you just said. But we're about to see it right here, coming up right after this little break, but it's about to be over. So currently, Riverview is down by 1. 3 minutes to go yet, so still plenty of time for either team to pull away. And, yeah.
And we're going to, both teams coming out the final 3 minutes. I think, I don't know how many timeouts both teams have remaining.
Now, one thing to point out is we are in the Breslin, so nerves could start to kick in and be a little factor.
Yes, those definitely can be starting to become a factor now.
Muldrow has it. Gets it over to Mays. Back to Muldrow. Muldrow's got it. Pulls it back out. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Tight D. Muldrow takes it himself. Tries to dump it off to Devin Brown. It's going to be tipped. Stay as Old Redford ball.
And
Mays tries to pass it to Brown. It goes off his leg. Devin Brown right now is struggling a little bit. As that was a couple of times I've seen him just kind of miss the ball. Westerdale has it for Riverview. This could be huge.
This is a very important possession because they need to score points on this to take the lead or possibly give down. They're putting pressure immediately on Cage, not letting him get up.
And they're going to call it jump ball. So it's going to be Riverview ball.
Some fans are being very, very rowdy, saying that that's probably not what happened. And there's going to be a bit of a referee discussion, and they're eventually going to give it to, I think that's going to be Riverview's ball.
It's going to stay as Riverview ball. We got a tie into the shoe, so little break. He's done now, so. Yeah, so they thought the jump ball was Old Redford's. Actually, they're still talking about it. It could be subject to change. This could be a crucial thing as well, though.
They might do an instant replay on it just to check it out, make sure that they got everything right.
Yeah, if you just watch the film up from the press box, you could probably see whose ball it's supposed to be, or you just look at the stats. I might be able to check here. I don't think I can. I'm looking. I haven't seen it. This is a jump ball.
It's a very, very long discussion right here by the referees and the officials. I don't even remember what they're talking about now.
Yeah, so at the start of the quarter, wait, let me check. Okay, at the start of the quarter, it was Detroit Old Redford's ball. So technically it would be Riverview, and then I didn't see any jump balls, so I'm pretty sure it should be Riverview. I'm still looking.
But what even happened? That's what I'm getting on about, because they've been doing it for.
They're discussing, and it looks like it is going to be Old Redford, so maybe there was a jump ball. I didn't see it on mine, but there's obviously film somewhere.
Yeah, that they were probably reviewing and just trying to check out. So now, I don't know what Riverview I feel like they need to start doing full court press right now in the like with 2:41 left.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because Old Redford's definitely just going to try and waste the clock.
Because they're just passing it back and forth right down the court, and then they get a wide open lanes.
Mays takes a shot. That is not what you want to do, especially if you miss. That's not good.
But again, we don't know what the coaches' plans are. We don't know if they want to increase the lead, so that's they get it down to a certified win, basically, because it's only a 1-point game. So both teams are probably just trying to take their time, especially Redford.
Westerdale gets it over to number 12. Deep pass to Sobush. Sobush goes up, fouled. That's an and one. If he makes this, they'll take a 2-point lead. That is huge right there for Riverview.
I mean, good basket right there. He's able to get down there. He's not the really tallest of guys, so he was able to get down there, wait for his defender to jump, and then go up with the shot off the backboard. Good job. Good job right there by number 1, Nick Sobush.
He's also playing a pretty good game. He now has 13 points, 2 rebounds, and assists, and he's playing pretty solid. Correction, 14 points.
2 rebounds and 1 assist. So both teams have guys that have scored in the double digits so far tonight, and that's a pretty good sign. I mean, Detroit Redford has just 2 guys that have scored 13 and 12 points, while Riverview has a guy that scored. Both other main dudes have scored 15 and 15 points. So they're just very unselfish. I mean, Riverview is very unselfish. Detroit Redfield is very unselfish. So both teams are just playing like unselfishly, kind of.
2:01 to go. This is definitely crunch time now. And we probably are going to see some wasting of the clock, just melt the clock, from Riverview if they get the ball back. Old Redford definitely wants to hit either a 3 or just hit a bucket just to tie it back up.
Yeah, tie it back up, hopefully take it into overtime and try just to finish it up.
And it would be pretty funny if it went to overtime, because the other semifinal game also went into overtime.
Yes, so that would be back-to-back overtime games.
And it just comes to show how good these Final 4 teams were for Division III. Mays has it, minute 40. Gets a screen, he's gonna drive in, he kicks it out. Number 3, Boyd has it. Back to Mays. Minute 25 in the 4th, they're down 2. Mays. Still just trying to find something. Does some moves, kicks it out. Back to Mays. Redford, Riverview playing some good D. And then they call a travel on Old Redford.
The ref was kind of waiting and simmering on that one, because he saw his foot moving a little bit. Then let's see it right here. Yeah, he took a little bit of a step, so the ref saw that and blew a whistle immediately.
He took a jab step, but his other foot stuttered, causing a travel. And it's going to be Riverview ball, so I definitely expect to see some wasting of clock now. And then if they potentially have a wide open bucket, then that's what they were probably going to look for.
Yeah, like you said, they're probably going to waste the clock a little bit. I mean, now I think Detroit Redfords might just put a little bit of pressure on them.
And sorry, Grayson, you go.
No, you go on.
Well, I was just going to say one thing to point out is the turnovers actually. As Old Redford has 13 and Riverview has 11, so that's lots of turnovers. And that's not a good thing that you want to have or see.
Yes, both teams have been played a bit sloppy, which I think it's a playoff jitters, and then they're in the Breslin Center, so that might cause a little bit of pressure as well. So that has been a problem all night for both teams.
Sobush gets it to number 12. Let's go. Timeout Riverview, 59.2 seconds. We'll be back after this short break. Well, with 59.2 seconds to go, this one's coming right down to the finish.
I mean, right now, Riverview has a total of a 2-point lead, so they just got to hold on to that ball and kind of drain the clock out, do some other plays that take a long time to set up if Redford doesn't put pressure on them.
Westerdale over to number 11, Everingham, back to Westerdale, trying to just melt the clock. Ball is stolen. Mays for two, he ties the game, 30 seconds.
Able just to rip the ball out of number 5's hands, Acacia's hands, to just drive it down the court, and now Riverview has to score on this to be able to win the game.
Great job by Kason Mays, just stealing the ball. Westerdale drives in, layup for two, 13.7 seconds. Riverview is up by 2. Oh my gosh.
This one's going to come down to the wire. I mean, I don't think this game's going to go into overtime knowing these two offenses. They're both explosive, both fast. They're either going to drive in there and score some points. This game is going to be won by a final second shot. It's going to be won by a final second layup.
I remember the last game had 12 seconds. It's ironic enough, 13 seconds.
Yep.
It's almost the same score as last time too, so that just shows how evenly matched these Final Four teams were as well.
Yes, they're both evenly matched, and they're both capable of they're just showing why they're here.
Yeah.
Mostly they're showing that they are good teams. All of them have like double-digit wins, and they're both very, very good teams, and they've gone against very, very aggressive opponents.
So, if you're Old Redford right now, who do you want shooting the ball?
If I'm Old Redford?
Yes.
I want probably, let me look real quick. I got to look at my options. I got to put on my glasses real quick. Okay, I would probably want number 3. Well, definitely Acrell Boyd shooting the ball for me. I mean, so far he's made the most three points out of everybody with 2. And I mean, again, this team isn't really that much of a three-point team. They're both driving in scoring type teams. They're not three-point teams.
Well, we'll see what happens right here. And Riverview is going to come out in a press.
They barely come out in a press. They're really, I mean, they're still not keeping the defense back, which is risky because all they need is an open lane.
Gets fouled.
And a bunch of people have been falling down and taking a while to get back up in this game so far. But, I mean, right there.
Ooh, he was fouled hard on that one.
Right there, he had the wide open lane. This is one thing I don't like Riverview was seeing, is that they're letting them get wide open lanes to drive into and score.
May's first shot is good. Oh, boy. They do have 3.3 seconds, so there's a possible chance of getting a rebound, putting it back up.
They do have a chance to put it into overtime, but if he does not make this, then it is not going into overtime.
Well, we don't know that. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay Old Redford ball.
They have 2 seconds to win this game, basically. They have 2 seconds to.
I think the Riverview coach was saying no shot on that one. This is it right here. This is the end of the game.
This is going to come down to the wire.
Number 1 gets it, shoots it. Oh, my goodness. What a shot. Oh, my goodness.
And that's going to be probably one of the clips of the century right there. Who was on that shot? Who was
that? Who was it?
I think that was number 2.
No, it was not number 2.
It was Edward Johnson, I'm pretty sure. No, it was number 1.
Jalen Muldrow, shot of the year.
Getting the buzzer beater to win the game, and I mean, right there, that probably has to be the highlight of the semifinals.
He's going to remember that for the rest of his life.
Oh, yes, he is. He's going to be telling his kids someday, you know, when I was at the Breslin Center and I shot a buzzer beater 3-point, he's not going to say anything else because he wants them to figure out if it was college or high school.
They just official reviewed. The basket was good, so that's going to do it for the game.
Final score, Detroit, Old Redfield 43. They're doing an instant replay. And then Riverview Gabriel Richardson 41. And that's going to be it for today. Do you have any side comments to that, Tommy?
Everyone is in shock. I'm looking at their student section right now. They're just jaw dropped. They don't even know. I was looking over at Old Redford. Their fans chucked up like water and stuff too. So sorry for the janitors, but
yeah,
I mean that was insane. I'm speechless.
And I mean that's gonna be it. I'm Grayson Gurrington. I was joined here by
Thomas Maloney and everyone else on our crew: Logan Brandel, Ryan Kirkby, Cole Engelwright, Isabel Roosevelt, Cade Weaver, Josiah Hall, Landon Isinga, Curtis, Cameron Nethaway, and Abby.
And I think that's going to be it for tonight, and we'll see you